Thomas is going into the Legends Club on Sunday. How old does that make you feel as a former teammate of his for years?
Yeah, a little bit older, a little bit older. I think I was talking to Cade the other day, and he was like, I graduated high school in 2019. That made me feel older because I was '09, you know what I mean? So that was like a 10-year difference there. But no, it's a great honor for Joe. I mean, he deserves, every honor coming his way, but, it does age you a little bit.
Joe, the use of Michael Bitonio was interesting. You got a lot of stats on the field. It seemed like it was a formation that you also threw on. Will we see more of that, or is that a role usually reserved for the third tight end?
I think it's a week to week thing. I think they just knew Michael was around. He's a smart guy, knows the offense, and he can play a little tight end if he needs to. So gets him, extra blocker on the field and gives us some more options. But we'll kind of see how much we can put that out there in the future.
Joe, when's your strongest memory of playing next to Joe Thomas for 4 seasons?
Yeah, just his consistency. I mean, week in and week out, I think that's like the trait of a great O lineman is can you be the same guy pretty much week in and week out? Everybody has a couple bad plays here and there, but he was just so consistent in what he did. I do remember my rookie year. I think we were playing the Colts, and he had made a call, but something on the backside, there was another call, so I had been like, oh no, we got to change it to this. And obviously, he was right, but I tried to correct it mid-play, and I just remember after the play, he let me have it a little bit, and I was like, all right, I won't question Joe Thomas anymore on what call to make. Yes.
The other thing we noticed was Chuck put together more than we'd seen before. What do you think the intriguing possibilities are right now as you advance and expand?
Yeah, I think they're both super talented guys, and we have a bunch of offensive weapons if we can get them on the field at the same time. If they're playing, both playing running back, one playing in the slot, one playing as almost a tight end, wing back type thing. Is if we can get those guys as many touches as possible, I think that's a key to our success this year. So we'll see if we have some more formations this week and see what they can do together.
Joe, the Jets only gave up 63 yards rushing last week against Baltimore. Is that you guys ran very well last week, and that's kind of the signature of the team? Is that the challenge of the game, do you think?
Oh, it's a huge challenge. Yeah, I thought their defense, besides a couple deep passes, played really well. I mean, they're active. They got a really strong front seven, and they rotate guys, so they're always fresh. They have 9 or 10 guys that play on the D line. So it's definitely going to be a challenge. They're kind of similar to our defense. They have, similar coaches in that sense, kind of same scheme, but there's a couple of nuances that we have to be ready for. But I mean, that's the key right there is that they have a great front seven, so we have to bring our lunch pail and be ready to work.
Joe, you played under Shanahan here, right? And the way he uses creativity in his running game, kills things that other teams don't. Do you see the Browns on par with that creative-wise?
Yeah, I think if you look at our run game, it's probably the most multiple in the league. We say we're wide zone, but if you look at our gap scheme numbers and some of the other G schemes that we run, compared to when I was on Shanahan's team, we have a lot more variety. So he might have a couple more special plays where he gets guys the ball in different ways. But I think our versatility kind of puts us a little bit differently.
Kind of off of that, Joel. Do you guys pull more than you guys have ever? I don't know why. Then Sunday it just seemed like there was always you or Wyatt or somebody out in front.
Yeah, I mean, since Coach Callahan's been here, we've pulled a lot. And like I said, you hear the outside zone, Coach Stefanski, and you're you don't pull that much in a true outside zone system. But like I said, we're pretty versatile, and we have a lot of plays. And there was a couple this weekend where I was pulling. I felt like I was running forever. So it was that's always a good thing usually because, I mean, someone's back there running behind you.
The fact that it's kind of against the grain of the current NFL, throw the ball 65% of the time, what kind of edge do you think that gives you?
Yeah, I think it's just our mentality. Maybe defenses are going to a little bit smaller linebackers, faster guys and stuff. If you can be a smash mouth team, it might help you in a little bit. But I think that's just our mentality as a group. And really at the end of the day, we have to execute. And there's going to be times this year where someone's going to put an 8th or 9th guy in the box, and it's hey, we got to win passing the ball. And I think we'll be ready for that as well.
Joe, Cade's already become a fan favorite. What do you think the reaction is going to be? I mean, home openers are always juiced up, but the Cade just made a 50-yarder to win the opener.
I think I'm sure the reactions of the crowd will be, they'll be applauding him and stuff. But coach has done a great job of we watch the tape, We learned from our mistakes. And that's behind us. Now we're on to the Jets, and I think as a kicker, you have to have such a short memory, good, bad, indifferent, that he's going to be ready to go out there and just, try and do something good again.
It'd be tougher. I mean, he's only 21 years old. I mean, that's a lot to kind of put on you, the early success, and, fan reaction and stuff, just to deal with. I mean, you went through a little bit of that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something you got to think about. But I think Preef, I think Coach Stefanski, I think Charlie in his room are all guys that he can lean on and be like, all right, we had a great play. We celebrated it. We won the game. He kicked well. Let's move on to the next week and make sure we kind of build on it.
How did you celebrate your first Week 1 victory in your career?
I was very excited. I mean, anytime you win in this league, it's big. Going in the locker room and just seeing the guys, because you prepare so long for the first game. Like, you see it on the schedule for like 4 or 5 months. There's a lot that goes into it, and it was a little bit just like, thank God we won the game. That was one play away, but it was exciting. I thought the guys worked so hard, and it was a hard-fought win. But like we said, we watched the film, we put it to rest, and now we're on to the Jets.
Hey, Joel, what's that, though? When you watch the tape of that 24-yard touchdown run by Kareem, it looked to me anyway like blocked perfectly. What kind of satisfaction do you guys get when you see that play just unfold the way it did?
Yeah, when you have, every play's blocked to, get yards, but when you block it really well and Kareem makes a great cut for you, it helps out a lot. I mean, the front side on that play was Wyatt and James, and they had a little movement there, but they passed it off really well. Got to the linebackers. Poe got up to his linebacker. We kind of handled the backside, and it just hit out the door. I mean, those are the perfect plays. Those are the ones you dream up when you draw it up on Wednesday morning.
So since you've never been 1-0 before, you've never been 2-0 before, so you got like a little chalkboard and all these things you're marking off.
No chalkboard,
Bucket
but
list.
maybe I'll have Dan do that then in my career. All the stuff we've accomplished,
But it is different. I mean, I'm saying it does feel different to you, doesn't it? This
Oh,
first season?
yeah, it's huge to get the first one, but we also didn't want to make too big of a deal out of it. Like, we wanted to go 1-0. We want to go 1 every week, and that's really our goal now this week is to go 1-0, and then that turns into 2-0. But really just try and beat the Jets any way possible this week.
Amari said he doesn't see himself ever jumping into the dog pound, but do you think the atmosphere might break that mold?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I know Amari's a quiet guy and stuff like that. If it's the right moment, who knows? You've seen a lot of people jump in there. But if he told you guys that, I'm guessing he's probably not going to do it.
Hey, Joel, when you look at that Jets front on tape, are they as physical as they look on the TV copy?
No, yeah, most definitely. I think that's what jumps up is how hard they play, how good they are. I mean, they have a lot of talented rushers. They, signed Carl Lawson's come back from his Achilles. Quinn Williams, lines up in there, but just talented guys, and they play hard. They get off the ball, they shed blocks, they don't stay blocked. They're bull rushers, so they can press the pocket. All those things that you see in a good defense, and I think they're a really talented front.
Joel, did you guys ever on Sunday? Did you feel rushed at the line of scrimmage at all? I mean, were you getting up to the line on time? Is that something that will get smoother?
Yeah, I think we wanted to always improve the operation. In first game, we had that delayed game that one time, and that was just a little slow in and out of the huddle on just like, making sure you have the right personnel out. But that's something you definitely want to clean up, and I think that was a point of emphasis after the game, things we need to improve, and it was operation. So
Is there an optimum time when you get up to the line of scrimmage that play clock is at?
I'm not exactly sure of it. You want to have as much time as you can so you can check and stuff like that. But, I mean, some of our cadences are long. We have a lot of motions in our offense. So I think the earlier we get out, the better.